The identity matrix I sub n is the n by n matrix for which each main diagonal entry is a 1 and for which all other entries are 0. So for example, I2 is the identity matrix of a 2 by 2 that has a diagonal of 1s and everything else 0s. I3 is the identity matrix of a 3 by 3 with again a diagonal of 1s and everything else 0s, and so on. So if you had I4, it would just be 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1, and so on. An identity matrix is always just a diagonal of 1s and 0s at all other entries. The identity matrices behave like the number 1 in the sense that if you take a matrix A and multiply it by its identity matrix, it will just give you A. Or if you take the identity matrix and multiply it by a matrix B, it will give you B. Regardless of the order, you'll always get back the matrix A or B depending on what it is. The identity matrix does not change the result. It's essentially multiplying like 1. For the inverse of a matrix, we let A be a square n by n matrix, and if there exists an n by n matrix, we denote like this, we say A inverse, with the property that A times A inverse is equal to A inverse times A, it will equal the identity matrix. If this happens, then we say that A inverse is the inverse of A. Pretty simple and straightforward. The inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. To find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix, you need to do the following. If we have A being some matrix, in this case we're doing this 2 by 2, A, B, C, D entries, then A inverse can be computed as 1 over A times D minus B times C times the matrix D, negative B, negative C, A. So essentially you're taking your matrix here, your 2 by 2, and switching A and D, and then changing the signs of B and C. And you will only get this if A times D minus B times C does not give you 0. If it does give you 0, then it has no inverse. So when you get this here, if it's a number, it's fine, it has an inverse. If it gives you 0 like this, then there is no inverse. And finally, solving a matrix equation. If A is a square n by n matrix that has the inverse A inverse, and if X is a variable matrix and B is a known matrix, both with n rows, then the solution of the matrix equation is as follows. A times X equals B is given by X equals A inverse times B. So if solving for X, all you have to do is multiply both sides by A inverse to get X by itself to get everything to the right hand side.